morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It appears that everything is working today. Yeah, so we're going to mix a song today, or attempt to. This is part of the Reaper Forum's Remixed challenge. They do this monthly. We've done this a couple times before. I think I got first place in one of them, and another time I got like 10th place. I'm not very good at these, despite being a professional mixer. So we're going to try this out. And before that, we will get into some odds and ends from the Reaper world, or my world at least. So I hope everyone's doing well. So last week was pretty good. We did this long live stream with the Behringer Poly D, looked at like practically every feature, ran it through pedals. One of the pedals was the Boss CE5 chorus ensemble. But what I ended up doing was buying one of these, the bass chorus. And it sounds almost exactly the same. Nearly the same, which is a little frustrating. In a way, it feels like a bit of a waste of money. I thought it would be more different. The chorus sound is identical to the other Boss chorus pedal that I have, but at least it wasn't very expensive or anything like that. The other thing that I got, I've got a little pedal board set up here for the synth station. This Neo Mistress flanger, I like quite a bit on the synth. It's pretty cool. This is my old DOD FX90 analog delay. Very dark, dirty sort of delay. I love it a lot. Chorus ensemble, I've chosen this to go with the Poly D, and I'm running all of this on an aux send from a mixer. Also picked up this power supply from Donner. It was like maybe 60 Canadian on Amazon. It comes with 10 cables. You can plug in 10 pedals. Mostly the 100 milliamp outputs. There's one 12 volt, one 18 volt, and one 500 milliamp output. It seems like it can power everything, and for the money, it's done fine so far. My main pedal board uses a Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2 Plus, which is much more expensive, much larger, much more robust, it feels like. But it's a whole thing to like use that for a single pedal on my desk. This is going to be much easier. One thing I was noticing with the bass chorus is that the one channel was much louder. I still can't figure out if it was a cable issue or if that pedal is just louder on one output than the other. But I didn't have that issue with the chorus ensemble. In terms of impulse gear purchases this past week, since you last saw me, I guess that's it. 2 pedals and a power supply. A mix live stream might be very boring if I just kind of try to focus on the mix and I'm not listening to you guys or you're not involved. Just explain your train of thoughts while mixing and we'll be fine. Yeah, I'm in my mind, I'm like, I gotta make this into a video or 3 or whatever. So I gotta keep talking, but I don't normally talk when I'm mixing. This video will be edited by an editor, so it's going to cost me more than I make. Super Chats is a great way to support what I do. You also buy t-shirts like this one, which is a original design. Reaper.blog/merch to get shirts. If there's any sort of design that you cannot find, just let me know and I'll try to get that up. I actually still need to get the main sort of new logo up as just a basic shirt. The mixing challenge, I've got a link in the description of the video. So remixed.com is the site. This month's song is 4 Gram by Nova One Studio. Some good old-fashioned pop punk courtesy of Cambridge Music Technology site. Get the download here. The rules for this: not allowed to use third-party effects except for JS effects. Tukan Studios plugins are allowed, encouraged. And so I don't think it's that big of a challenge to mix using just free plugins. When we've got Reaper stock plugins, we've got all the JS effects that come with Reaper, and then we've got Tukan Studios plugins, which are just excellent. There's some rules about the loudness. I'm not too worried about that. No destructive editing, no samples, no gluing. The actual project file needs to be shared. I've heard that the drums on this are quite bad. So I don't know if that's the performance or just a bad kit, poorly mic'd, not set up right. I'm tempted to do some sort of drum sampling thing. I think we could find a workaround that doesn't require gluing or third-party samples. But yeah, we'll see. That's something that's kind of worried. So that's the rules. I can only use Reaper's plugins and Tukan Studios plugins. I need to submit the mix at a certain LUFS level, and we can use the normalize function when rendering to help with that, as well as, oh yeah, I'd like to get this 100% done by the end of the stream. So I have until 12:30. I've downloaded the source files here. I'm going to just turn this folder into something that makes sense for a Reaper project. So I'm going to select all. I'm going to do new folder with selection, name this audio. There's my audio files in there. I think there was a README file, and I'll just move that up to the other folder. And I'm going to check the README file. You always want to check any documentation from the band or the producer in advance, so you can know that it's 170 beats per minute. The first thing I want to do in my project, which you can't see on my toolbar here, but I'm going to set the project to 170 before importing. That's just good habit to do. One thing you would want to look for to make sure that that's done right, project settings, which you should have a button for in the main toolbar. I've taken mine off. Timebase for items, envelopes, markers. You'd want that set to time. That prevents files from being time stretched when you, let's say you import some files, then you change your tempo. If you're on these other settings, then your files could change position or length and the speed. So you want to have that on time when you're importing media if you don't want those files to be affected by tempo. So when it's on time, I can change my tempo before or after importing the files, and there's no change. If I want my files to change, to warp along with tempo changes, that I want to be on beats, position, length, rate. If I only want the start times to change, beats position only is the one to choose. So this one's good for loops. This one's good for one-shot samples. And this one is good for real recorded long performances. I'm just going to change this to, say, audio, since all my audio files are already in a folder called audio. All right, so I'm going to hit OK, save project as, and I'll put it in the same folder as was here. So in this case, because I've already sort of set up a folder, I don't need to move anything. I don't need to create a subdirectory. I just need to name this May ReaMixed challenge. So I got my files. I'm going to select all. These are all WAV files. I'm going to drop them into the project on separate tracks. So I can see that they're roughly lining up with the grid lines, which is great. I've got my grid line set to 1 bar, and mostly everything's lining up. This kick seems pretty early. Maybe that's okay though. And so the next thing I want to do is get these organized into folders. One action that I use quite often is Command-Shift-5 for me. I've got this set on create folder from selected tracks and rename folder. There's variations of this. There's a SWS action that is similar, but this one also has the rename function. So I'm going to take my kick through to my drums room, run that action that creates a folder that prompts me for a name. So I'm going to call this drums. You see that they changed color. That's because of the SWS extension auto color icon thing that I've already had set up. Here's my bass. 2 bass tracks. They still get put into a folder. Bass. Let's select the guitar tracks. Let's separate the electric from the acoustic guitars. And then here, these are acoustic guitars. Here are all the vocals. Then I know that I'm going to want a couple reverb tracks. So let's just say reverb A and B. So I'm just going to grab a random section and see if anything kind of stands out. Okay, it's loud for sure. Let's take this channel and turn that down a bit, and the drums room will probably be turned down just as a sort of a starting point. What's this sound? That's pretty loud. So I'm just seeing things that kind of stand out a little bit, and just going to turn them down by a couple dB. For a moment, I'm going to turn down my master. I don't like to turn down the master. All right, so there's a lot of guitars. The drums are not cutting through that much guitar. Let's try to get a rough balance here. I'm using the Behringer X-Touch, and so I'll be using that to adjust my levels. I'm going to solo my drum bus. We'll just start with the drum bus and pick a section like here, overhead. I already feel like there's like a phase issue. That's not very well in phase, so. I need something that has mid-side balance. I didn't think that the very first track I listened to would be like a roadblock. I really didn't. Tukan's Tool. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So this plugin is giving me some MS control. There's a mid-side balance control here. Setting this to 72, I see that on the goniometer, it's at 0.5, and let's also bump the left a little bit. This tool seems to be helpful. We'll keep this up for any of the stereo stuff. As I'm doing this, I'm flipping the polarity and listening to which version has more low end. I might end up with all the close mics flipped, in which case, more efficient to just flip the overheads. But in this case, in this order that I'm doing things, this is the way that we're doing it. Moving on. Snare track next. I like it flipped. Let's try to find where there's a tom. Tom's pretty bad. Yeah, in general, you want to listen for like, where's the most low end? You don't always hear it, but when you do, fix it. So I'm just going to pan that, the floor tom like 100% left. The rack tom 35% left. Floor tom right, rack tom left, and then there's a drum rim. I'm not going to flip that one. Snare doesn't sound great. Going to go to the bass and bring that in. Nice sounding bass, actually. Big difference in phase here. And we do want it, them both unflipped. There's a lot of electric guitars here. I actually can't tell if these are 3 separate recordings. Yeah, they are. Just turning down everything. Oops. Okay, different section of the song. Let's try panning these ones. Okay, so that one goes along with this one. We'll just pan them hard and then move on to this. These are just DIs. Honestly, I don't want them. Anything marked as a DI is going to be muted. I don't really have a problem with these electric guitars. I think they were mic'd fine, so. In fact, I'll hide them. Move on to the acoustic guitars. So I'm thinking the acoustic guitars definitely need a high-pass filter to work along with the bass. And so we've got lots of vocal tracks. Apologies for like skipping through. This is what I always do in the first little bit of a mix, just to get a balance before we can even listen to it. I've got to go through and learn what's on each track and things like that. Yeah, I think the guitars sound pretty good. Drums are not great, but you know, they are a challenge to record. I think we can make it work. So instead of automating this, I'm just going to turn it down here on the track until that blends a bit better. Okay, we may have saved some compression. Let's keep going.
Sweet melody, Caroline, do you hear me? I'm breathing in harmony.
There's a left and a right with a center.
Sweet melody, Caroline, do you hear me? In your head, let's take a light world apart again. Like coming up tonight, love is
keep fighting with this. Oh, this is frustrating. Okay, I should have just used the mouse. It's faster. All right, so this is, what is this? High, high, low. And so I'll just have these lower ones just a little bit. The controller is not following my selections very well, and this is getting frustrating. It really doesn't like when I have multiple tracks selected, it seems. Okay, so everything except the cymbal swell here has been level matched or balanced. There's just like no kick here, is there? All right, well, let's play the song through.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
I don't mind it. It's pop punk. Sounds good to me.
Sure to leave the lights on. What broken mirror could fix this place? Would you even realize it's your own fate? This second chance may not come.
All right, so I'm going to do Lexicon S2 on the small and the plate, and the lead vocal will go into both.
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, bird, or pardon me. If you feel like coming home tonight, y'all be sure to leave the lights on. What broke?
You can definitely hear some like comping happening there in the vocal, but it's all good. I think I'm going to do putting recomp on the long reverb. I'm going to do a send to the plugin, which makes it a ducking compressor.
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean it.
So the lead vocal is going to the reverb. It's also going to the compressor when I set this to aux, so that the reverb turns down a bit when the vocal is loud and it comes up. It lets go of that signal, brings it back up to normal in between phrases.
They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or pardon me. If you feel like coming home tonight, y'all be sure to leave the lights on. What broken mirror could fix this place?
Preamp. Is that a preamp with shelving filters?
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or pardon me. If you feel like coming home tonight, y'all be sure to leave the lights on. What broken mirror could fix this place? Would you even realize it's your own face?
Yeah, I'll just compress it or distort it a little bit. Let's get I need like a channel strip for dynamic EQ. Let's do that.
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world.
So there's this frequency at like 500 hertz that I like to kind of...
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or pardon me. If you feel like coming home tonight, y'all be sure to leave the lights on. What broken mirror could fix this place? Would you even realize it's your own fate? This second chance may not come again, and I'll get used to this new me, and we'll be sure.
Okay, so this is a dynamic EQ. I've set this up to pull down 500 hertz-ish whenever it gets too loud. So if it hits this threshold, then it gets turned down by the amount in the range control. I always forget to adjust the range control on this plugin. Always takes me a minute to figure out where it is. But yeah, that's what I've done there. And then overall made it a little bit brighter. I've set this up before the preamp, which is adding some distortion. I'm still looking for a compressor. I should just search for Tukan and comp. And yeah, there's a bunch of compressors. Just grabbing one at random. Let's even put this at the beginning.
Lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or pardon me. If you feel like coming home tonight, y'all be sure to leave the lights on. What broken mirror could fix this place? Would you even realize it's your own fate? This second chance may not come again, and I'll get used to this movie, and we'll be sure to leave.
So I'm just going for a lot more clarity, kind of a smoothness, at the same time distorting it. I feel like this vocal just fits a lot better now. Now it's kind of random, but I want to look at that kick drum again, this track. See what we can do about this. So it actually has a ton of low end, in my headphones anyways. Maybe too much. Actually, let's just put in re-EQ. This is the like resonant low pass trick. So you could really make it thump at like 50 or 60 hertz. And then right after that, you want to put in a little bit of a cut. I have to admit, I'm not looking at the chat at all. I might put this before the compressor. So the compressor is actually managing my levels a little bit as I EQ this. So a boost in this area is going to make it feel better on smaller speakers, more audible. I don't know if I want to EQ the highs, upper mids and stuff. Okay, better for sure. Let's do a transient shaper. There's one called Transient Controller, which is a built-in Reaper effect. I think that works. So without effects, much more focus. Start with EQ. Let's put this on this mode. There's a ring every time the kick hits. Love it. So I'll just flip that. It's not a very well tuned. Yeah, there's another frequency here that's bothering me. Actually, let's do it in a second instance. so that I can isolate. I forgot what I was looking for. It still sounds out of tune to me. There's some sort of bus compressor. That works for me. TQ that as well. Okay, so that's sounding pretty good. I do want to, let's just do like a regular compressor, I guess, loop compressor. Let's just put that on the drums. It's a full bus. Let's do 8 to 1. And we'll set the threshold or the sidechain high pass at 100 Hertz. Something sounds really weird there now. Okay, so for the toms, I might simply just put on these transient controllers. Let's see how that sounds. Okay. Okay, so this gives us an opportunity to do some like parallel compression. Let's also try that preamp thing. I'm gonna turn the output all the way down and turn this up. That's pretty cool. I'm going to dupe that track so that I have a more clean version of that. So that's going to be blended in. Let's get the blue comp again. It's pretty simple to use, so I'm liking it. No reference track, no. Okay, I'd like to see what this is like going to reverb A, the snare. No, so this needs its own reverb. I'm just going to put a reverb track right in the drum bus, and I'll send from there to there, and I'll get room, not bright, not tilt. Bass. Pretty good sounding bass. Actually, a lot of high end in there that I probably don't want. It's a bit clicky. Sometimes it's cool to compress the acoustic guitars very heavily, and I'm undecided on this one, but it's definitely going to be high passed. It's been aggressively edited. All right, so without effects, it sounds like this. Not like an amazing sound, but I think it works a lot better with the electrics. All right. I feel like these electric guitars are going to be pretty easy to mix. They definitely need a high pass filter to work with the bass guitar. So I'm going to listen to those together and then adjust and see how much lows I can take out of the electric guitars without losing the guitars. There I just doubled up the filter there so that it is more steep. Basically the same frequency by using two 6 dB per octave filters. You can make it steeper this way. I'm just not getting a very good thump from the kick along with the bass. Something weird there in the vocal.
I'm losing me. When the voice is calling, don't lose your head. Voice is calling, don't lose your lead. Lose your way. They're in your lose your way. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or part of me. If you feel like coming home tonight, I'll be sure to leave.
Okay, so I need to listen to this song fresh. I listen on speakers.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Did you see that man with the hat? I feel crazy. I'm losing me. When the voice is calling, don't lose your head. They're in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or part of me. If you feel like coming home tonight, I'll be sure to leave the lights on. Do you hear me? Sweet melody. Do you hear me? I breathe in harmony. I feel crazy. I'm losing me. When the voice is calling, don't lose your way. In your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, or part of me. If you feel like coming home tonight, I'll be sure to leave the lights on. One broken mirror fix this place. Would you even realize it's your own fate? This second chance, then I come again. I'll get used to this routine, and we'll be sure to leave the lights on.
All right, so I've ruined my cymbal sound by EQing and compressing the snare. I could try gating it. Not too confident that's going to work. This filter. There's still an awful lot of highs coming through there.
One broken mirror fix this place. Would you even realize it's your own fate? This second
And I'll try the same thing for the kick. Now I'm just hearing this like weird pop sound with the kick. All right, I'm gonna have to like clip this. -6. A thing we can try is dynamic EQ. Let's say this shelf. Feel like there's maybe more movement in a good way there. It's not exactly like just eliminating the hi-hat or the crashes. Shrug. Drums sound really bad in this section. Why? Oh, maybe it's just because he starts hitting the snare really weakly. So I can do that for every tom hit. I don't think it's really worth doing that. Okay, I'm gonna put an effect on this, some sort of chorus, I would guess. Tukan probably has a chorus, or maybe, let's try one of the built-in ones.
I feel crazy. I'm losing me. I feel crazy. I'm losing me. With the voice, I feel crazy.
2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Did you see that?
Let's try guitar chorus.
One, two.
You switched off your PC, you can't get away that easily. Thank you for coming back.
Did you see that?
I'm gonna have to start automating now, I think. Got about an hour. Put some markers in. So this is intro, chorus. Within these sections, I can automate different things. I should start with maybe a chorus. Okay, and then in a couple sections, I want to maybe turn up one of these tracks.
Seconds
All right, so if you couldn't tell what was happening there, I was adjusting the levels of various things here simultaneously while in latch preview mode. So this chorus, this chorus, this chorus, I was adjusting the drums room levels and the overheads, the acoustic guitar, and then I wrote all of those at once. This is not great. It's much better than it was. I turn off all effects. I don't like how the snares seem so short now. Actually. Kind of compressing a lot. Red Tone Studio says, I'm going back and forth listening to my mix of the song compared to yours. I've been doing similar changes. Gotta get that kick on mine better. The kick was a challenge for sure, and I don't think I've really got it yet. So I need to figure out this compressor to not make it sound distorted as soon as I put it on. It's also MS control. That might be cool. All right, so let's start off. So this is on the master track before the limiter. And it sounds compressed to me. Maybe it's the tubes. Okay, I'll turn down the input gain. Oh, fun stuff. I said, let's come back to this. Hit the plugin. An hour and a half went by. Pretty sure I didn't tweak this. Maybe I did. The kick was pretty bad. I'll show you what I did. Gate, EQ, compression, transient control, soft clipper. But yeah, it's still not like great. I hate it. What do you think of the bass level? On my speakers, the bass seems quite loud. And on the headphones, bass is like always audible.
I feel crazy. I'm losing when the voice is calling. Don't lose your head. Nowhere in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, run, if you feel like coming home tonight, I'll be sure to leave the lights on. Do you
Like right there sounds right on my speakers. What about bass guitar? I feel like in headphones,
I feel crazy. I'm losing when the voice is calling. Don't lose your head. Nowhere in your head, they don't mean anything. Just say goodbye, world, run, if you feel like coming home tonight, I'll be sure to leave the lights on. Do you hear me? Sweet melody. Do you hear me?
on speakers it was way too loud.
In harmony, I feel crazy. I'm losing me. When the voice is calling, don't lose your way. Fear in your head, they don't.
All right, I feel like this compressor is actually hurting the mix now. Maybe I'll just use ReaXComp, try to make that work. We've got a preset, the mastering starting point.
In harmony, I feel.
I wish you could link these bands easily.
In harmony, I feel crazy. I'm losing me.
I'm gonna try auto makeup.
In harmony. Tukan me reverb. Tukan me reverb. This place.
I'm turning this way down and I still hear it like... Alright, according to the loudness meter, I can go about 1 dB louder. Do the mono check. Okay, I'm gonna print it. Not that I feel like it's really like perfect or anything. Submit your mix. Full speed. I think I'm supposed to go to 44.1. Normalize to -14 and only normalize if it's too loud, I think. They want -1 true peak. 24-bit FLAC. 34 seconds. That's why you buy a Mac Studio. You can render and mix in 34 seconds. Cool. Well, that was fun. Hopefully that turns into a good video. It's a long time to just sit in one spot and like hyper focus on something. Long time to wear headphones at loud volumes and stuff. So I think my mix is okay. I didn't compare it to anything. I didn't take breaks. Probably, I don't know if I'll get like 10th place again. Yeah, when Mac Studio comes out with an M2 Max, that'll be worth the upgrade. All right, so I will upload that in a bit. I'm happy to do a Q&A or something. The past stream ended up being 4 separate videos. Hopefully that wasn't annoying for anyone. Like, that's what I should have done from the beginning. Treat each stream as just a recording session where we do a bunch of videos live. That gets cut up into videos. Because there was some weeks where I only do the stream and I don't have a regular video. Even though I spent 3 or 4 hours with you guys making content, it didn't get cut up into separate videos. And just looking at the stats, like the view count and the AdSense from those videos this week, like it was clearly the right thing to do. The stream recap from 2 weeks ago, that got still less than 900 views. What's new in Reaper 6.79, checking out Baby Audio BA1, Place It, and then the stream recap from last week. That's close to 10,000 views. So that's a big difference, right? So probably over the weekend and through the next week, I'm going to be going back through the other videos, the stream edits, and see if there's things that I can pull out. Because not only is it like more views and stuff, it's like it's easier to find like these things. Someone was asking me about XLN Audio XO, and I did sort of like a quick crash course in how to use it. That would be a good separate clip. I think the snap heap percussion thing might do well if that's cut up even shorter. We've got 18 weeks of content now, which turned into about 18 videos, but it should have been more like 30 videos. That's what me and the editor have to figure out. And the funny thing is, it's all already cut up. It's already truncated. Just need to figure out, do I need to record a better intro, outro? Does it feel complete? And the ones with last week did feel complete, and they don't always. Oh yeah, I also got a button set up. I don't know how loud this is. Got a button set up on my my caster now just for that one sound effect. I would love to get chat to be able to remote control that button. If there's no questions, we are gonna wrap up for the day. and maybe get a head start on editing this. Do they have an online presence? I don't know anything about the band. Click the link in the description to go to the ReaMixed website. All the details are there. And if you do a mix, participate in the forum and help with reviewing the mixes and stuff like that. Thank you very much for coming on the live stream today, making this part of your Friday. Today flew by, I feel like. That good old hyper focus working on a mix is nice. I'll see you on the internet.